Hi, my name is Alicia Foreman, and today we are going to look at the text mining in Orange. Instead of just showing you what I've already built, I was going to go ahead and build it while you're here. But let's start some music, and then in the end we'll talk about our results. So let's get started. Right, here we go. So we have downloaded some information data from restaurant reviews. These are from a lot of different restaurants. It's not just one type of restaurant. There's pizza, pasta, good service, bad service. So there's a lot of information that's going to be downloaded in here. Here we are going to use the distance. We're going to change this to cosine, and hopefully that'll help that there. In the data, let's just take a look at it as a word cluster. This is the count of words that are in all of the reviews, just words that are in there. And the ones that happen the most frequently, these are all lowercase words. The bigger the word, the more often it happens, and the smaller the word, and then the different colors. So it's kind of cool to look at a word cloud. So let's change some of the data that we are looking at. We're going to have lowercase is fine, this is fine, but I wanted to get rid of all of these punctuation in addition to some of the other words. And see if our word cloud changes. Let's move it up a little bit. It's very similar to the same as before. I might be missing one of the parts. So here is the data that we are looking at. There are a ton of reviews from the different restaurants, 1,000. And then here are if they are good reviews or bad reviews, if they liked it or if they did not like it. If they did not, you have a 0 here. We don't want this in our word count, so we are going to take out the liked. That's what you saw me do here on the selected column. And we can look at that data again at a data table. Here we took out, let's see here. Here we took away the liked column, and as you can see, there's no liked as one of the words that's counted here. So that's what we did to get rid of that. And here's the counts. The bag of word we're doing is by count. Okay. After the selected data, we're going to go to the distances, and we change that to cosine. Everything else stays the same. Now, this is what we're here for. This is a hierarchical clustering. So we're going to change this to review. We don't want that. We're going to change it to liked. Now we can tell if this is a liked review or they disliked it, a bad review of the restaurant or the item that happened at the restaurant. And we were going to change one other thing from average to ward. Oh, that is nice right there. So as we scroll across the top, we can highlight different amounts of clustering. Here's two separate ones total. So what we're going to do now is talk about the two different clusters. What makes this huge cluster different from this cluster? So let us see if we can highlight it. Undo. Okay, if that's the case, we can click here. Boop. And highlight to here. Let's see. I did this before. So start out with some smaller clusters. Okay, what is the difference between this set of clusters, there we go, and in here? We've highlighted it. Now let's look at the corpus viewer and see if we can figure it out. What is the same in here? So it looks like they are all liked. You can see here that it's liked. Great food for the price, which is high quality and house made. Staff is great. I would say that the common word would be great. Service, house, home. I think it's interesting to then try to break it down and see what makes this a good cluster. Staff is friendly. Kids play nice. Area is nasty. There's a negative one within this group of mostly good ones. Homemade. Again, there was house up there. Great. Here's another one where it says great. Service was fast. Friendly. Great. Service. House. Homemade. House. Great. Friendly. So I would say there's a few different things in there. I would say friendly. There's quite a few friendlies. Great was in there, and home or house or homemade. I think that could be one of the underlying factors. So let's get out of here and we'll pick a different cluster. I bet it is somewhere else on the screen. Here it is. Let's pick these clusters. And open it up in here. Most of them are all liked, so they are all positive. We have friendly and great. These definitely seem to be the same. Maybe when I closed out of it, it went back to the original. Aha! I figured it out. If you put your mouse here, you highlight everything that's selected there. Or if you're closer in, it's not a click and drag this way. I think I found one of these earlier sections. There we go. See how it changed. Most of them are negative. Okay, I see the word but in here, but this, but. So maybe that is one of the common factors there. This was good, but. It's kind of hard sometimes to figure out what is the same within them. Shrimp. Tasteless, comfortable. I do not know. So let's try again. We have a lot of windows open. How about this section here? Looks like it goes back and forth, positive, negative, positive, negative. Here it shows C1, so this is all C1 in that same category. And then the reviews. Flavor. I see here's flavor, flavorful. Okay, well, I don't know what connects them, but maybe in our next video we can learn a little bit more about it. It was a pleasure to learn how to put all this together. Changing the distances and changing the selected columns can give you a different section in the hierarchical clustering. And by looking at different clusters, we can learn a little bit about the different reviews. If we find out a bunch of negative reviews, maybe we can change the timing of the service, or if the waitresses or waiters have bad attitudes, maybe we can hire new people and we can knock out a couple different complaints at one time. Sometimes you could use this information for what you're doing good or what a company is doing good. When one company is getting a lot of likes, why? Maybe it's the environment, maybe it's the friendly staff, maybe we can teach or train our staff to be more engaging with the customer, sell the product, getting to know what the customer is there for, and how we can adapt each experience to that individual. I think that this is a good tool. I think that I need to do a little bit more research on how to understand it and to gain knowledge from it, but it's a great idea and it's a great way to learn something, so we can learn more about it later. So thank you for listening.